Welcome back to Penguin Game Day. Once again joined by Coach Doug Phillips as the Penguins get set for Michigan State. Coach, we were learning a little bit. The local connection kind of got you key on here.
Oh yeah, PJ Mays was assistant coach at Colorado Air Force Prep, where Keon was, and it was during the COVID and the pandemic, and we weren't even in the offices, and PJ called and said, "Hey, there's a great young man here. He's in, we're looking for a home." And really, when those connections come and he puts a rubber stamp behind them, and he was right on. He's a competitor and came in right away and has started ever since.
Yeah, that's outstanding. Well, we touched on Michigan State a little bit earlier. Let's take a little closer look at the Spartans. They're 1-0. They did defeat Northwestern 38-21. This is the third meeting against the Penguins. You talked about their running back Kenneth Walker and their quarterback Peyton Thorne, two pretty good athletes here.
They really are. I think that was a huge pickup for them. They got, Walker from Wake Forest, and he gives them that power punch, but it was the explosive plays that scare you the most. Probably in our breakdowns, if they had 16 explosive runs, 8 of them came in just that game last week against Northwestern. And Thorne is a quarterback that not only can he do it with his arm, but he can also move and he can run the football in the zone read.
Defensively, what do they do?
They're going to be strong up front. There's recognizable names I see on their defensive line that I felt like, gosh, they've been at Michigan State for a while. So they're going to be big and strong up front, and they're skilled athletes in the secondary, make it challenging too to our wide receivers.
Coach, it's a noon game. You're going to go up. You're going to have a little walkthrough for your players. You want them to get it out of their system that they're in a bigger stadium and all that?
Yeah, we'll stop there on Friday right when we get there, just because, again, we haven't played in a stadium that big, that fits 75,000, and when we come Saturday, we need to be ready to play. So to go out and walk through on 15 minutes to go in the stadium on Friday before we get to the hotel, I think is a great thing.
And then game day at 12 noon, so it's an early start.
Yeah, you wake up, you better be ready to play football. Pre-game meal at 8, and we'll probably be up around 6:30.
Coach, we're going to take a look around the Missouri Valley Conference to see where the other teams in the conferences are playing. But you mentioned yesterday the difference between FBS and FCS. There's not a big difference, is there?
No, when you look at the scores of those games and you see the competition, FCS has some very good football players. And I always say you can go back onto those all-star games you look at the draft and what teams get drafted and what players get drafted. So we have players in our program that can play in FBS. So the disparity isn't what the general public, I think when you're coaching, you realize it. You might see more depth because of the scholarship numbers. They get 85 full scholarships. So the depth, and you usually see it on the offense and defensive lines. But in our league, our offense and defensive lines each year are pretty big, physical, and strong.
Well, Coach, best of luck on Saturday against Michigan State. We're going to let you get out of here a little bit earlier tonight. Safe travels up to East Lansing. We'll see you Saturday afternoon.
Thanks, Dana, and go Gwins.
All right, we'll be back with more right after this.